There you go. You guys can hear me now. I think I got everything working right, so that's good. Sometimes this is the third one with like this setup, and I still don't have any idea what I'm doing. But anyway, who's all in here? Like, there's a few people watching. I don't know who it is. Guys, I don't have anything to talk about. If you don't give me some questions. Anyway, I'm gonna play on my phone for a few minutes. Hey, Aoki, how you doing, man? Oh, what's going on? Oh, it's playing from my phone too. This is crazy. Anyway, oh. Yeah, dude, I forgot. I told my friends that we were gonna go ride today, or like, Kevin asked about riding, and I said, yeah, for sure. And then like, I totally forgot when I was doing my schedule for the day. And now I'm like, am I gonna go ride? Like, am I gonna make it? Usually I go like on Saturday and Sunday, but I could go today after this. But I have a lot of stuff I need to do. I'm so excited to like, guys, I'm gonna make a different video because essentially, I'm gonna take time off until, let's see, so like, let's look here. I'll make a video on it too. But the whole idea is to leave on the 17th of September, so next week, and go all the way until the 27th, so 10 days. And I think I'm gonna go from here in New Mexico up to Denver, ride trails. That's all I want, is I want to go ride Belmont and Ruby Hill. I just want to ride some trails. We have a bike school member, Tyler, over there. It'd be fun to connect with him, do a little like one-on-one in-person coaching, just because I'm there. It'd be a fun video to do. And then from Denver, go up to Montana, see my grandpa, and then come down from Montana over to like Salt Lake City and St. George. I have a good friend there. He's working at the Woodward in St. George, or Salt Lake, or whatever it is. So then go hang out with him for a day or two, ride a little bit, and then from there go down to Vegas. I hate Vegas. They have an okay park. They have a handful of okay parks, but I just hate it there. But go to Vegas, and then go down to Phoenix, and then come back. So it's like 45 hours of driving. That's gonna be the goal over the 10 days. And I'm gonna only try to spend 500 bucks. I don't know if it's gonna happen. I don't think it will. It sounds impossible. But it's like, okay, what if I get to Denver, somebody's selling a complete bike on Facebook Marketplace, I could buy it and part it out, give me some extra money to get along on the trip, right? That would just be such a fun series. I know I can make a really good story out of it, good amount of videos, and I think you guys would enjoy watching it. So that's kind of the goal. But if any of you guys are in any of those areas and you want to ride with me, like, let me know, because that's the plan. 10 days up all the way to Denver. I have some friends in Wyoming on the way to Montana, Utah, Vegas, Phoenix, and back. And Jared, JDA's in Phoenix, so we could ride with Jared while we're there. But yeah, so I think that'd be fun. What do you guys think? We got Guns TV, we got Z Stand Man, we got Ice to Flock, Ian B. What's up, Ian? What's up, Ice to Flock? Aoki, oh yeah, we already said Aoki. And Gabe, cool. Gabe, nothing much is up. Hope your tailbone's feeling better. I like the manuals. You've been working up the manuals. That's sick. Ian, yeah, so I love, Ian says, bro, I lived in a Jeep that was made for traveling. 500 could work, but for gas and shower, save your cash. So through my real job, I have a really good relationship with one of the managers of Planet Fitness, so I think I'm going to get a Planet Fitness membership so that I have showers along the way, right? I can stay in my car. But the hardest thing is because I wanted to stream maybe every night just to like catch you guys up on the travel and like what's going on. I think that'd be fun if I can, yeah, if I can just stream every night. It's like, would I be able to do that from my car? Probably not. I don't know. So then maybe I have to get a hotel every so often so that I could like edit and upload videos. It'd be really interesting to see how it works, but yeah, I don't know. It could be a lot of fun. Like, I love doing stuff like that. So, oh, Jeff, what's wrong with the mic? Jeff's got me stressed out now that the mic's not working. Is it too quiet or what? All right. If you guys are, if Jeff's the only one having problems with the mic, let me know. But yeah. Anyway. Hey, Black, how you doing, man? I haven't seen you in here in forever. Good to see you, but now you gotta go, so peace out. All right, Thomas says to look up Ditch Bros. I have a few good friends in. Oh, hold on. Oh, you're right. You're right. Hold on. Good catch, guys. Good catch. So this is what I need to do. There. Okay. Now we got an echo. Okay, echo's fixed. There we go. Yeah, so it's been running off the mic off my camera, which is terrible. Like, it's so far away. Anyway, good catch, guys. Good catch. Focus. All right. Wow. So that whole story. Oh my God. I want the audio to sound good if I clip that for live. But anyway, now we fixed it. Good job, Jeff. Jeff, you get a promotion for noticing that. Jeff is now the stream manager. Good. Okay, cool. Hey, okay. Guys, you got to tell me right away, like, if the audio is bad, because that's like quality. I like to have my quality, maybe not here, but like the quality down here. Not down here though, definitely not here, but maybe right here. So anyway, if the quality's down here, like, definitely let me know, guys, so I can fix that. That's so funny. Mike. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. How can I do it? We could pause real quick. I think I have this different setup. Let me see. And then we could just zoom and it should be set, Mike, to okay. How about, because I got to do that transfer. Okay, guys, start throwing in your questions. Okay, I'm gonna get this set up so that we can have Mike from Dance Comp on here and we can knock out these questions together. So, but yeah, I'm glad we got the audio fixed. But put in the questions. Give me like literally just 5 minutes. 5 minutes. That's all I need. I think that's all I need. I don't really know. I hope my computer doesn't blow up. But anyway, you guys can watch me do all this in a minute while I get it set up. Again, thank you for letting me know about the audio. And like I said, if you're in any of those towns, let me know so we can meet up and we can ride bikes. I saw your question real quick. I'm going to get to Guns TV because he was the first question. Do you know any cheap $200 bikes that are solid? No such thing. I mean, you could probably find one off of like Facebook Marketplace and get something. Let's see. Facebook Marketplace, you could probably find something used for around that, but you won't be able to get a really solid new bike. So Jamila, what's up? Okay, hold on. Let me get this sorted out. I'm going to switch it back to this. Hello?
I can hear you.
All right, you guys can hear us now. Cool. So let's switch it over. Um, so there's a delay, like from what you'll see of the
Oh, for sure.
But okay, how's this look? Can you guys see us? Everything look good? You don't know yet, but it will be good. All right, so Mike is here from Dance Comp, and we are both answering questions now. So anyway, is there a lot of questions? Have I missed anything? Jared just said what's up, and I saw Jared over on Brant Moore's stream this morning.
I can hear you.
Jared.
Yeah.
All right, you guys can hear us now. Cool. So let's switch it over.
There we go.
So there's a delay, maybe, from what you'll see.
Look down so you don't see my attic entrance.
Your what?
The entrance to my attic.
Oh, I don't know what's going on with when I'm watching it on YouTube, it looks really laggy. Is it good for you or no?
It's a little laggy.
Oh my god, we're gonna fall apart. Okay, I see you on Zoom just fine. It's probably because I've got YouTube going. Okay. Maybe it'll get better now. Anyway, you see any good questions you want to talk about? Can you hear me? Mike.
What's that?
Wait, what's going on? I was like, you see any good questions? And then, oh, now you're gone on here.
Oh, I didn't hear any of that.
Oh,
I can hear you.
Yeah, it's all laggy. Hold on. It worked good with Nick, but all right, I think it looks okay on YouTube right now. But you can hear me now.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just carry on. You see any good guys? This is we're amateurs. We're just figuring this out. But anyway, this is Mike from Dad's Comp. I don't know if you guys heard me say that, but throw us some questions if you got any. You see any good questions in there?
Is this one E and B? How about this? Oh, how about this world revolution? That's funny. First, I thought you said revolution. Never mind.
Wait, what is he talking about? Revolution?
I thought you said hub.
Oh, just a revolution.
I was like, the revolution hub. Okay.
Hey, you got those?
There was one about the We the People frame, but I think somebody already answered that. Yeah, Jeff already answered that. Magnum goes to 21.25 top tube. A lot of times those XL frames have longer rear ends too.
Yeah, like, what do you consider long? Because I consider it anything over 13, but I think it's really anything over like 13.2.
You consider that long?
Yeah, I consider that long, yeah.
I had just measured it for our geometry video, and I think I'm at like 13.625 or 13.75. I can't remember offhand. But
that's crazy.
I like a little more stability.
It's like, yeah, because like, let's see, I'm trying to think. The Devotion's 13.6, and I'm like, that's crazy for like I don't know, a beginner rider on that kind of geometry. It feels stable for him, but it might be kind of hard to actually progress or like maneuver. But I don't know, the stability's good. But then they have like I think the Justice is 12.75. And that's so responsive.
I guess I need to try a shorter back end frame just to see if I like it or not. Because I've pretty much been set on like 13.5 to 13.75, somewhere right around there for quite a while. So maybe I should try something a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
I know I've ridden other bikes that have shorter back ends, and they just feel so twitchy and like I'm gonna loop out everywhere. It just feels weird. But maybe if it's like my own bike, it'll feel a bit different, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I was, at one point I put on like a total Kilobee, and I think it was 12.6. And, I mean, that was nice, except for trying to to air. So when I try to air, I'd just go up, and it'd just be so hard to actually have control of the air. But then again, 540s were pretty easy, so I don't know.
Do you want to turn my camera off, see if it doesn't lag?
Well, what I could probably do is, here, we're gonna try one more thing, but we might have to, I don't know how to keep it from being laggy, unless I do, like, I'll just add it while I'm on here, but like a display capture.
I didn't know if you could turn my camera off or something. Or I guess I could turn mine off. I'll try.
I'm just talking to a box.
Yeah, that would suck, but you know.
Look, so now the stream's gonna blow up because it's
Yeah, I'm with Richard on this one. 13 and a half, sweet. The sweet, shorter rear ends are way too sketchy for me. Same.
That's a sweet spot. I just feel like that is so, that's so big. Because 14, I mean, back in the day, 14 was probably like a standard, right?
Probably. I'm not that old.
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Yeah. I think my sweet tooth is like 13.2 or 13.4. And that feels okay. The 12.7 wasn't very fun, but alright, let's see what happens if I switch to this. And now the stream might be better. I'm not sure. We might not even be able to see you. But it should play better now. Like you see me moving that box around, but that'll go away soon.
Next time we'll be much more prepared.
Yeah.
That's very last minute. I didn't think I was gonna.
We're all I'm like, hey, you want to hop on this live? And, oh yeah, and then the meeting, and then you're like, hey, I'm here. I'm like, okay, cool. Let's make it work. Might as well.
Yeah, next time I'll use my actual webcam and all that.
It'd be a little better. Here, let's see. All right, so that is almost better, guys. Not gonna lie, I think it's better. I don't know, but we're gonna turn this off, and then we're gonna. So anyway, while we're messing around with this, you guys just put in your questions.
Ian says, what do you guys recommend for building stamina?
Ooh.
Bike really hard for a short time, or bike for longer? I don't know. I've never thought about that.
Yeah, it's fun to think about, because that's kind of, we're taking more of an Olympic approach to BMX now, I think. So damn well the Olympic guys, they spend probably just as much time in the gym as they do on their bike.
Yeah.
Do you think cardio is a big focus for them, or do you think it's more like strength training? I'd say it's probably just hit some cardio. Was it Ian that asked that?
Yeah.
In the gym is if you don't go to the gym, work that into your schedule. I think being stronger and just more in shape, you're gonna have a lot better chance on the bike throwing it around it and recovering from injuries and preventing injuries. But in the gym, maybe start to shift some of that time to more of say half an hour at the beginning focused on just cardio, like sprints and what is it, HIIT? Where you yeah. So I'd try and tune more of that in. You could do it while you're riding though too. I don't know for you, Mike, but for me, when I go to the park, a lot of my time I just spend there sitting down and talking. I guess I'm a chatterbox.
I actually don't do that. I'm one of those people, I will go to where I'm beyond exhausted and I end up just making myself sick because I can't stop.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. Once I start riding, it's it's hard for me to just settle down and talk to somebody.
You just keep going.
I know, yeah, but I know I'm the oddball there.
Yeah. Well, so if you're like him, you're good. He's probably chilling on cardio. But if you're like me and you sit there and talk all the time, maybe do that a little less and focus more on riding. and you'll definitely be able to build up the stamina that way.
Yeah, Kurt, give up cigarettes. Yeah, that's true.
That could help.
That would probably help.
Squats and lunges. Okay, what's this one based on recommendations?
You can see
Okay.
my band stickers.
Hey, Mike's giving everyone dance stickers. You hear that?
Get those out of the way.
RLDKA said, I bought a kink whip based on your recommendation. Awesome. I asked you in a live stream, and I gotta say, I love it. Let's see, did you get the XL or the normal one? And what trick are you working on right now? Just random question, throw it in there. Hey, did you see Richard's comment about more teeth on the front sprocket for the stamina? So if you're running a 28, that's an interesting idea, because it is harder to pedal then.
I mean, I run a 27.
You
so, yeah. So what's kind of funny is every time I jump on a bike that's 25.9, it just feels so weird. Like everything's one pedal and you're like top speed is what it feels like. Exaggeration, but yeah, I mean, I run 27.9. I feel like 28 would be quite a bit. A little bit too much, but 27 for me is perfect.
Because it's a little harder to pedal than 25, but it's not.
Yeah.
Your legs aren't dying afterwards.
Yeah.
Aaron finally bought his first bike in 7 years after not riding. We got a We the People CRS free coaster. Single walls are a bit of a downer, but if I start doing decent drops, I will get some double wall rims. That is awesome. Yeah, I mean, once you start the whole concept, I think, is that as you progress, your bike starts to break, and so like you upgrade your bike to match that while you're progressing, and it's fine. Like, but you just need to start. Like, just start riding. So that's good. I'm glad you got a bike then.
Yeah. Eventually, you're definitely going to want double wall rims, for sure.
Hey, who's still making triple wall? Do you know? Not really a thing, right?
I don't know of anybody that. There's nothing that we carry.
Yeah, okay. I didn't think so, but hey, what's the word on kink bikes? Everyone's got to know. You know anything about that?
Like when they're coming in?
Yes.
I know we got some in not long ago. Then the remaining shipment should be in like very soon.
Because Europe's getting them already.
Yeah, I'll let you know for sure so you can tell your guys.
Okay.
But I know last I heard, it was like a week or so ago, I mean, they should be in, I would think, any day.
Yeah. How long does it take for you guys to, like, once you get them in and then throw them up on the website? Is it pretty instant?
It depends on how backed up our receiving department is, but like we've gotten bikes in that you and I have talked about certain bikes, and you're like, hey, when are these coming in? I'm like, oh, looks like they just got them in yesterday, and then I'll message our buyer, and he's like, yeah, they're on the site like right now.
Yeah, yeah, they were quick, and I was like, wow, that was crazy, because I just asked, and then they were there, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, so it just kind of depends, but usually not more than a day or two.
Yeah, cool.
Especially complete bikes right now.
Yeah.
Like they definitely put all that in as quickly as possible.
They, I get it asked, it's like, hey, which bike? And I'm like, oh, the Kink Whip would be good for you, right? Or the Kink Gap XL, whatever. And they're like, yeah, but they're sold out. I was like, no, they're not sold out. They're not even in yet. So, like, they should be very soon. Just be patient. Like, they will be good. But I imagine they'll go fast.
Probably. Every complete bike right now, we can't get enough of them in.
Yeah.
Manufacturers can't keep up with them. So
random question. I'm trying to, not... so I want to ask why you guys don't pre-sell the bikes, because I see some shops listing them and pre-selling them before they're even in. Why don't you guys do that?
We do sometimes.
Okay.
It really depends especially because of right now, we could easily oversell them. You know what I mean?
True.
Like orders, they can have somebody watching them, and we would still possibly, depending on the bike, possibly sell. So it's kind of just one of those things where we do offer that from time to time. Right now, not as much because of the demand.
Yeah, you don't want to sell 500 and then only get 300 in, and then you're like, oh.
Yeah, something like yeah, that is a possibility with some brands. Um, and other times it's just, it could be the particular models like so hot that as soon as we put it on the site, three people, like SE, for example, and that's an extreme example, but anything SE bikes, they have you seen those new Vans SE bikes?
Like the Rippers, the
Yeah,
manual ones. Yeah.
so we, being a larger shop, we still only were able to get a very small portion of those, just because they're limiting them to all the shops, which I get it from their standpoint. Like they want to make sure it goes to everybody. But I heard we sold out of all of our inventory within 3 minutes.
3 minutes?
Yeah, I think it was either three or something like. It was nuts.
That's crazy.
But I've also heard like SE bikes. Because that just not BMX. That's the whole big wheel scene. There's guys that have bots out there, and so once it comes in, it automatically orders it, and that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you remember the whole deal. I was just thinking of that with, like, let's say kink, right? If you guys pre-sell kink whips and everyone thinks they're going to be the best thing since sliced bread, so someone buys all of them, and then no one has them except this one person that's bought them all, and then they're selling them for $200 more just to, like... but that's what happened with the PS5 when it first came out. It was like bots, I think. People bought them with bots and then put them on eBay for $1,000 instead of $500.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Crazy to even think about having that much money to buy all the bikes, but
yeah, that SE is an extreme occasion, but just in like the regular, like kink and Paros and just like the typical BMX brands, like our popular BMX brands. It just depends on the model and how many we have coming in and demand, if they decide to pre-order them or not, or to backorder. We can actually backorder them.
You can backorder them?
Like, it just depends on the situation.
Okay.
Probably are not going to offer that as much. Not until they kind of start settling down.
I've got to find one question. I was looking at it and then I don't have it anymore. But if you see one you want to throw up, let me know. These are, they're talking about grandma salt. So Sean said that if he could have a ditch like the one that I was riding, he would go and dig up his grandma and turn it into table salt. And so he's talking about table salt, I guess. That's fun. And oh, here's the one. Okay. ZZCA Juarez says, I have a question. Today I was riding my Fit Street free coaster and it was making a noise when I pedal. I have no idea. Like, send me a video on Instagram and maybe I can help you, but that's kind of...
Send it to me on Instagram and I should be able to help you.
Okay.
I want to hear what it sounds like, because is it making a noise when you're actually pedaling, or was it you pedal and then you stop?
Is it the little bit of a cassette sound?
Well, that's going to depend on what the sound is. Free coaster, especially on a new free coaster, and a clutch-based free coaster like what's on that Fit, if you're pedaling and then you stop and it makes like a popping sound, which is really common with free coasters. And I guess I'll go ahead and answer this because we get this question all the time, so I might as well.
Yeah, of course.
If you hear a popping sound on your free coaster and it's a clutch-based free coaster, what it most likely, if it's brand new, that clutch has to wear in. So the clutch actually moves over these like spring balls that are on the axle. So here's my axle here. So you got this clutch that just moves in and out over it, and it basically just has to wear in. The teeth have to wear in as well, like on the clutch. I should say the splines on the clutch have to wear in as well. So that's normal. After about a few weeks of riding it, depending on how much you ride it, but if you ride it consistently every single day or every other day, the sound will go away within a few weeks. If it's really bad, then most likely you've got a bow in your axle, and that's from people we've got a video on this somewhere on the YouTube, on our YouTube channel. But you know how guys will pull the wheel back, tighten one side, and they'll pull the other side of the wheel and tighten that side?
I'm very guilty of that. Yeah, you can tell. I'm like, whoa, he's talking about me. Yeah, yeah, of course.
On a free coaster, do not do that. Because
you hear that, guys? Don't do that.
It puts a slight bow in the axle. It's just ever so slight. It's not going to like affect you or anything, but it puts more resistance because that clutch is going over the axle like constantly.
And if it's kind of curved.
That little bit of bow to it just really exaggerates that sound.
Interesting.
Yeah, so there's a video, I think it's like on our YouTube channel, it's like the like 5 mistakes you're making or something like that. It's a short like film that I made.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be kind of a gag thing, but in there, like the last tip in there, it shows you how to properly tighten your back wheel to where it doesn't do that. So there's like a sequence that I was actually taught from our main buyer here. He's been with Dan's for forever, since the 90s. And he showed me this trick on how to do it. So you like tighten one side, pull one side over, tighten the other side, loosen the other side, let it like go back. You have to watch the video, but you're basically slowly stepping that axle back like little by little, and your chain will be consistently tight and your wheel will be consistently straight in your dropouts with no like boat, so that you're not having to like force it over to one side. This is kind of a cool little trick. We got a lot of comments on that of like people, it's like, oh, that's a game changer. I'm like, it really is. For me, it really is, especially with a free coaster.
Well, and like sometimes the problem for me is that if I tighten, I think the right side, it rides up, you know what I mean? Like it pulls it just bites along the frame, and it's like, that's frustrating. So then you do the opposite side and crank it or manhandle it. And I guess I don't ride a free coaster, but it's probably still not good for your wheel anyway.
Well, probably not, but this way, doing that sequence that's in that video, even if you're not riding a free coaster, it should, if you're doing it right, get your chain tight, and then also have it centered in the dropouts.
Oh yeah, that's good.
But
too.
With a free coaster, it's very much one of those things that you really have to be conscious with, especially with a clutch style of free coaster.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody said that they fixed that problem by buying the BSD Revolution.
I mean, you could.
If you have some extra money laying around.
Yeah, if you can find one and you have the money.
Aoki said Dan's has a great upgrade video that went out not too long ago. I think that your first one's the tires, right? When you were saying it, I was like, this better be tires, this better be tires.
I think that was on tires, was for sure on there, but I don't remember where it fell at in the
in the list.
The sequence. But no, I appreciate that. Thank you.
It's fun to see like how many of these guys watch Dan's, or even like I said with Jared. Jared was on Brant's live stream this morning. I was like, hey, I tried to get Brant on. I said I watched one of Brant's clips, and it was like a top 5 or one of the shorts he did, and he's like, it was really crazy, his uniqueness, and I was like, why didn't anyone tell me he was this good? And he's crazy good, yeah. And they're like, you should have known. And I was like, I just asked him to do a live stream with me, so we're gonna try.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've never met him, but he seems pretty cool, and his style of riding is super unique. So it's kind of refreshing to see.
Yeah, and it's not many bar spins. We always talk about the overuse. I love bar spins, but Kirk says, I remember using Dance Comp pages in BMX Plus when I was a kid, picking out all the coolest parts and pretending to make a badass custom. Kirk, they have this now, and I mean, what's the order? Minimum 10 or 20? And you get a catalog? Yeah, to get a catalog.
Or you can just buy it for like $1 if you want. We had to change it just because with the times, everyone orders online, so we had to change it a little bit. Actually, we're working on the next one, so that should be out probably it will be out by the end of this year, like probably before Christmas.
Okay. I mean, that's perfect timing too.
Yeah, we're trying to keep it like how we did before, where it was kind of seasonal. So we had one for like summer, winter, spring, So we're trying to keep it like that.
You're gonna have who's the cover for the next one? Is it a
Who's
secret?
it?
Is it a secret?
I can't say.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I tell you, it's still we're still debating on that one.
All right, guys. Dougster Bob will be the cover one day.
We can probably make that happen. We can at least get you in.
Somewhere in there, yeah. Just up my face in the bottom corner. It's like, hey, that's funny. Yeah, no, I'm excited for that. I love looking through them. It's just like if I'm a little bored, I can just go through and be like, oh, it's cool that they have these parts, this part, this part.
Yeah, it's especially hard right now just because of, I know everyone's tired of hearing it, but all the pandemic stuff, like just the supply issues with all the manufacturers, you know, they're trying to do everything that they can. We're trying to do everything that we can. And yeah, it's hard to make a catalog with when like all the products are kind of up in the air on due dates and prices and all that. So
you don't know if you'll have them by then or what. Eris YouTube says, hey, can you recommend me a bike under 550 euros that is available right now? I just looked. That's 650 American dollars. So assuming you can get a pretty good bike for that. Now assuming it's like not a weird switch there, because I don't know what they are in euros. But anyway, for 600, I'd say the King Switch is probably around that, and ultimately when they have the King Switch out when it's in stock. I mean, it might be in stock where you're at if you're looking for euros, but that's street orientated. So yeah, I don't know what you ride. Just look up free BMX bike recommendation, and then it'll be a little website, and you click on it and you put in your information, and then I can send you a PDF with like 3 bikes, because I need to know your height, your skill level, like all these different things. You see any good questions on there, Mike?
I'm looking at them right now. This Alex says, is the slack adjustment easy enough to deal with, or should I not adjust out of the box? And the shadow optimized free coaster is what he's referring to. Let me look at the optimized free coaster. I got to remember how that one is set up. But it shouldn't be hard. Okay, yeah, it's a clutch-based free coaster, just like most of them out there. If you watch it's an old video that we did, but it's just search like Dan's Comp free coaster how-to or whatever. There's 2 videos, the part 1 and part 2. I think it's part 2. We actually take one apart and show you where to grease it, how much to grease it, and how to adjust your slack.
And so that would be okay if they do that right off the bat.
If you want to. I mean, if you like the amount of slack that's in it now, there's no point in taking it apart. But if you want to, add more or take some out, that's up to you. I don't think that. Yeah, it just depends on what you want, like ride. But at least with that video, to show you how to actually take it all apart.
Do it properly.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because you can really screw those up if you take them out wrong.
There's so many different pieces in there.
Yeah. The optimized will be, I think we take apart a Colony clone free coaster, but the optimized should be very, very similar because they all use that clutch style. So some pieces might look slightly different, but they all operate the same if it's a clutch style.
Hey, I just saw your, here, wait. Woodward hat, remind me about that in 2 seconds. Dodge Durham, I guess, says, are Shinners bad for your shin? This is a fun one. In the long run. I heard you can get shin bone cancer or something similar if you keep getting Shinners. So, what's your personal experience? Fortunately, I do not have shin bone cancer, as far as I know, so we're good there. But yeah, I have no idea. That's kind of interesting to think about. I could think of some pro BMX riders that, if that's true, definitely have shin bone cancer. I wear shin pads all the time.
I've lost feeling on my right shin because I ride right foot forward. Usually the foot you ride forward with is the one that you hit the most.
Yeah.
So like my right shin, I definitely lost feeling. So when I hit it now, it doesn't hurt near as much as it used to.
Because it lost feeling. It's numb.
Yeah.
I remember this girl in elementary school. She's running to the bus, and she hit, like, we had these concrete benches, and she just went shin first into it, right? Took her out, and you could see, like, there's a nice hole in it, and I think I'm scarred for life from that. But then I started riding bikes and getting shinners, and I was like, this is crazy. But so yeah, I guess over time it gets numb, and you can save money on shin guards, or just buy shin guards and don't get shin bone cancer. That's a fun question. I hope no one actually has shin bone cancer.
I've never heard of.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. Ari subscribed. Thanks for subscribing, man. Glad you are, officially part of the community. We're gonna call you guys Dougster Bobbers. Oh, Woodward hat.
Oh.
So you were just at the event, right, last week? What was it?
Yeah.
Semifinals?
Yeah, semifinals at Woodward West.
So,
Sorry, Woodward East.
Woodward
The finals
East.
are at Woodward West.
like
Yeah.
next week or 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, no, October.
Oh, okay, a few weeks.
Yeah.
Did you see a guy named Zoa from Ohio?
Zoe Cross, yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah.
That was my roommate at Woodward a few years ago. He's the craziest
Oh, really?
guy. But his runs were so sketchy, and I don't know how he didn't die. I was watching his clips, and I was like, Zoa, like, how'd you kick that? What was that? Like, Indy, I guess? Superman Seagrab, Indy, whatever. Like, it was all the way around, and then he somehow saved it. The 3 down whip, he landed on his seat, and it's like, bro.
And then what's funny is, like, just him just messing around because he knew that he didn't land like what he wanted to in his run. He did the most perfect whip to foot jam whip.
Yeah. Chill.
It was so good. And like, I overheard him say like he didn't really plan it; it just worked.
Yeah, because his whole run was just botched, and then at the end he's like, "Well,
Yeah.
I think he just learned that a little bit ago too," and you're like, "Oh, just made it work." And I was like, "What the heck?"
I have it on video, so whenever the Woodward video comes out, it'll be in there.
Oh, that's funny. Like, just so sketchy. What was your favorite part of that whole event?
Chase trying to do, and I'm trying to think of his last name. I do apologize. He's one of the instructors at Woodward. Trying to think of his last name. He did that massive, or attempted to do that massive gap, and it's all over Instagram. I'm sure you've seen.
From that quarter at the Resi all the way over to the wall, right?
Yeah, and people were giving him shit because he didn't land it, and I'm like, if you saw how big that gap was.
That wall, he had to go over that vert wall. That's like what, 14, 15? It's like,
yeah. Not only did he have to travel the distance, which was like almost half the park, yeah, he had to go over that giant, which was he had to go over a vert wall when he did it, and he just barely clipped his back wheel, and people were like, "Why didn't he do it again?" I'm pretty sure that he either popped his wheel or he did something to it because he had to carry his bike out of there. It was nuts.
That landing he was going into, isn't that back like a good amount of feet from the takeoff too? So he had to clear that, go high the distance, but also had to pull back pretty hard, right? Or is it pretty much lined up?
I think, well, it's the Red Bull wall, so it's angled back. Mm-hmm. But if you see like on a slow-mo, like I've actually watched it so many times, like just watching just the insanity. You can see where, like, he would have came in perfect, really.
Mm-hmm. But
he landed
it.
Yeah, his wheel barely clipped the corner of the Red Bull wall. So I don't necessarily think that he would have to have gone like pulled back. It's just the whole distance.
Yeah.
And to even clear that, and it was cool because like we were right on the floor, and you could see in his eye like determination. Full speed
while he's cranking at the quarter, and it's like, what is he doing?
That was definitely a highlight, and just seeing it was kind of cool. Just seeing kind of the love for Dan's, like, because this is the second time we had been there, mm-hmm. and people like excited for us to be there, and talking to people that we had met, previously. And making relationship with those guys. It's pretty cool.
That's sick.
Oh, and the new town center park is
It looks so fun.
Yeah, it's really confusing. Like when you first roll up, because there's so many different ways that you can just hit that park. You know, a lot of parks that just forward and back. This one you can go every which way, and so you don't really know what everyone's doing. So it's like you gotta really watch before you take your run. But that was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I wish we got to ride it more.
Yeah,
but we were.
I feel like you need a whole weekend, like maybe a handful of people, not too many, because that could get really overwhelming with all the different lines and like just trying to find your line. But like a weekend with a solid group of people to just figure that park out, because there's so, like you said it. I looked at it, I was like, the cage is that what the cage used to be, or the cage used to be that other concrete one?
No, the cage is still there. Concrete one right now. The cage is right now.
So back in my day, when I went, I was really young, but the cage was, it wasn't concrete yet. It was the sketchiest part. It was all wood ramps, and it just, I don't know, the flow of it, it was too big for me to ride anyway. Kind of like the Enterprise at West, I guess, but it was sketchy. Now it looks really fun, the concrete. Those two parks, they look amazing. Like, I really want to go out to East. So fun,
yeah,
though.
definitely. I'd like to go out to Woodward West sometime.
You gonna go for this one?
No. I will, no. We're going to have some people there. I will not be there for that one.
Okay.
But we'll have some guys that, like, a couple other guys that'll be
there representing.
Yeah.
Jared did his cult order, so I think it was it whenever they were doing a free gift with every order, and I was like, I should get it just to see what the gift is. I didn't do it, but Jared did it. He says that the free gift was tire levers, sunglasses, and a nice book of the first 5 years of cult. That's pretty solid.
Yeah, that is a good book. I have.
I want to learn more about the Robbie Morales drama, because it seems like he has a lot of drama around him. But he's made a great company. Like, he's a really smart guy. Maybe one day we'll talk to Robbie.
He knows how to market his company, that's for sure. He's good at that.
It's crazy how big Colt kind of like, they took off so quick, I think, when he kind of pulled from Fit and started that with, who was it first? Was it Dakota?
Well, several guys moved over
with him initially, yeah.
Dakota and oh god, I'm spacing right now on their names.
Yeah.
But yeah, several of the guys like
Chase over with him. Yeah.
Chase DeHart was another one. They all moved with him.
Serge, what's up, Serge? You were asking about the live, so we are here on the live. Glad you finally made it. You're a little late, but that's okay. That's okay. You guys are talking about safety gear, I guess. I don't really see any questions. What do you think? Random question again. Colt completes. When's that happening? You got any insight, any wisdom for us?
I do not know. I'm sorry. I don't deal with the inventory as much as I used to, so I do not know on Colt. I have not heard on that one. I can ask and see if we get a response by then.
That'd be fun. Somebody said Panza put a video out kind of talking about either a re-up on the 2021 line or maybe a new line. Who knows? So you're technically working right now?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, okay.
I'll be working long after that.
Yeah. It's crazy how busy you guys are. Eat My Salt says they're always sold out, Kirk. Oh, what are we talking about? I thought he said King. Raider Al. What's up, Raider Al? How you doing, man? Glad you popped in. I know you also said you were going to pop in, and then you did pop in. So that's good. Where are you at, Mike?
Indiana.
Oh. I was telling them, were you on when I first started?
When you first started?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was talking about, I'm going to try and travel. I want to go up like Denver, Montana, Utah, Arizona and back
Oh,
on like $500. That's all I want to spend on this trip. 10 days.
nice.
Is it possible?
I don't know. You got to eat some ramen noodle. Sure.
There's this video that I saw way long ago, like in high school. His name's Cali Muscle. He's a really big, buff black dude, just huge, right? And his story, he said he's in prison. This is how he stays bulked in prison. And it's ramen, so you get 2 ramen packets in a plastic Tupperware container, and you just put it in there and then put hot water and put the lid on, and it automatically steams itself. It was so simple, and that works really good. And then you put tuna, you get some protein, you put the tuna in there, you put the mayonnaise, you put the mustard, and I did a couple trips a while ago, and like that's what I'd eat. I'd get the hot water from gas stations. I'm kind of like sick of it. I'm not really looking forward to it, but you know, if we only have $500, I guess that's what we got to do to make it work.
Yeah.
And also, so the BMX family, they're pretty good at like being accommodating if you run into people, you know? I know we've had a couple trips, we didn't necessarily like groups of friends, of me and friends, and we went, like met these people, we're like, hey, can we stay on the couch? They're like, sure. And that's always fun. BMX is great.
Oh, for sure. Somebody's always usually down to let you sleep on their couch or their floor or something.
Hey, Serge, you're in Colorado. Okay, you want to ride bikes in Denver, Serge, let's go ride bikes.
This guy, Hardix, any favorite parks in Indiana? I'm here too. What part of Indiana are you from? I'm at the very, very southern tip of Indiana. So I butt up with Kentucky and Illinois. So when we ride parks, we usually go to Kentucky. Just because they're closer. So like Louisville's real close, within a 2-hour drive. Missouri too. So St. Louis, we go to St. Louis, Missouri, at Ramp Riders. I'm trying to think. Bloomington has pretty fun parks. They have for sure 2 concrete parks real close to one another. And there's an indoor one that is currently shut down, but I know they're trying to get reopened. I have not ridden the indoor one, but the 2 outdoor one of them's kind of skate plaza oriented, not really my style. The other one reminds me of a mini Louisville, Kentucky. I don't know if you've ever been there, but that one has like bigger bowls and a fun wall ride spot. I like that one, but it's in Bloomington too, so check that one out for sure.
So you go west side.
Okay. So he probably rides. Oh, what is that in Indianapolis? Major Taylor. He probably rides Major Taylor a lot. But yeah, I think that's really. I don't go to a whole lot of Indiana parks just because we're at the very southern tip, so it's faster for us to just go to other states, really.
Yeah, you just drive south then, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just Aaron says, do you know if the Fit Trail has always been made with high tensile steel? I have a 2010 model and been riding it for almost a year. I can consistently do 360s, but my frame shows no sign of cracking. I think they used to be full chromoly. I could be wrong though, but
they've changed their lineup over the years quite a bit, so it could be. Because I had an old Fit Complete, and I want to say that one was probably chromoly too, for as long as that one lasted. That was long. I mean, that was like 2005 or something like that. But
I think they're just since I've been like paying attention to it. Even 2019, they had a handful of like what was it? Justin Spritz signature model, I think. Anyway, a handful of signature models that were pretty decent quality, like full chromoly and whatnot. And then 2020 line, there was no bikes with full chromoly and double wall rims, and I thought, this sucks. And I mean, granted, they were all cheaper, but anyway, they didn't have that option. And then 2021, same thing, they're all tri-moly with maybe one double wall rim. But I do think back in the day, they like did really bulky. But I heard somebody say that they're saying their high tensile steel is better than most companies' chromoly. And I just don't like, that's hearsay. I don't know if that's even possible.
I've never heard.
Yeah. And, but anyway, that 2010 is probably a tank, dude. And chromoly, or high tensile steel doesn't necessarily crack, in my experience. Anytime I've had it, it just bends, yeah.
Yeah.
So like check your back end and make sure it's like lined up with the top tube, because it could be off like that.
Oh, dude. My very first like legit BMX bike was a Specialized, and I remember bringing it into Dan's, because Dan's was my local shop growing up, and the guy that worked there at the time, he was like, man, every time you bring your bike in, I have to relearn how to work on bikes, because my back end is like this. Like, but I didn't know it because I rode it all the time.
Yeah.
But sure enough, like when he pointed that out, I'm like looking at it like, dang, he's right.
He said, hey, that's probably kind of hard to ride like that. I see kids with bent forks, and it's like, bro, the geometry when your forks are like this is way off from normal. Like you're gonna notice a big difference when you change it.
Yeah.
Beeksa, what's up, Beeksa? How you doing, man? All right, guys. Do you have any last-minute questions? If not, we are gonna go on about our day. Did you see any questions in there, Mike?
I was just reading. Any Niles led with?
Niles.
Any good, not expensive front wheels?
Oh.
It looks like Kirk already answered him. He said Colony lost front wheel. It really depends on how much you want to spend. As long as it's double wall, seal bearing.
Yeah.
If you're looking to get like not spin quite a bit, then it's probably going to have like a pinned rim. It's not going to be welded seam on the rim, but yeah, it really depends on how much you want to spend. Those cinema wheels, I know the VX wheels are pretty good for the money.
That's what you did on your review bike, right?
Yeah, that's what we put on there. They've been holding up pretty well. But yeah, if you get anything that has like double wall rim, seal bearing, and welded seam, which it might not say welded seam in the description. You'll just have to look up what the rim it's laced to and look it up there. But you really can't go wrong with that.
Especially on the front. Like the front, if your nose casing jumps or let's see, I like to try and, if you're trying to jump across a big gap and your front tire goes in the gap, like maybe you want a good rim. But yeah, it's figure out if you want to spend a ton of money and get like the best front rim you can, or if you want to kind of risk it and get a cheaper one. The back rim's probably more important, I think. Like that one you want to put a lot of money into it. That's a good route to go custom. Do you guys build the wheels if you order custom?
Not yet. They're actually, that's part of something that we are planning on doing that, relaunching that again with the whole like brand relaunch.
Yeah.
There's a lot of moving pieces of that, so that is on the agenda for sure.
So eventually you'll be able to order rim, spokes, and hub, and then they'll put that wheel together for you and send it out. And that, like, for like aftermarket quality, that's definitely the best bet for the back wheel for sure, because then you have a really solid back wheel that can take those cases that you're going to end up doing.
That you for sure will end up doing.
It will happen. Greece. Do you know anything about Greece? Aries says, I want to buy a bike. I want to buy so much a bike here in Greece. The most bikes are sold out. The only ones available are Sabrosa Salvador and We the People Arcade. What should I get? Ooh. I'll talk, like, I can't remember the arcade off the top of my head, honestly. The Salvador, so back in my day, like middle school, I got a DK Reaction. My friend got a Sabrosa Salvador. My other friend got an Eastern something. And those were our bikes, like our first bikes. It was fun. And when Cole got his Salvador, it was amazing. Like we were so hyped on it. And anyway, it was a pretty solid bike. Are they still making those, like the Star compression system for forks? That comes on the lower end ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was the only issue he had with that, is we tightened it too much and it pulled it out, so you have to get new forks and stuff. And but the Salvador is pretty solid. It's not full commodity, but neither is the Arcade. So I would just go off of like size, because I think the Arcade's like 20.25. I could be wrong. And the Salvador is 20.5.
The Arcade was pretty short.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact time, but it's pretty short.
And so between that, like, get the one that's the better size for you. You can Google Doug's to Bob size guide. I'm sure Dan's has a size guide. And don't listen to your bike shop, because they're just going to try and sell you a bike. Like, figure out which size is right for you and then kind of make that decision. But
yeah.
What's up, Anthony from Harvester? How you doing? You're at work right now, huh? Like I was telling you, Anthony wants to hop on one day.
Oh, nice. Luis says, yeah, I try to learn 360 flat, but I always end up with 270. Any tips? So I guess he's just doing hop threes. You really have, on hop threes, you really have to focus on pulling that back wheel up. Like, make a conscious effort to tuck it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Push that front end down, tuck the back wheel up.
It's crazy the amount of energy that it takes, like from 180 to 360. It doesn't seem like much more, like spin-wise, but you just have to like give it everything you got. You're only getting 270, but are you landing back tire heavy, or are you landing like solid 270? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me know, cause like Mike said, the biggest problem that people have is when they're doing their 360, they're only getting 270 because they're throwing their weight up and they're twisting their shoulders. But when your legs aren't sucked up and your arms aren't sucked up, your bike is sitting like this, and so it doesn't give your back wheel enough time to like finish out that rotation. So like he said, suck it up and just pull your knees into your body after you get that snap, and it, instead of being like this, now it's like this, and you have that extra amount of time to finish out the rotation. That's usually most people's issue. But get comfortable with 3 taps too. I think that would be a good kind of stepping stone into it.
And there was another one, Surge, about the clutch V2 adjustment screw. Man, I don't know. I actually had the V1 clutch. I don't think I've ever pulled it out all the way. I know I've put it in, like screwed it all the way in to see how little slack I could get out of it. But I don't know if it would. It's a pretty long screw for what it is. You'd have to.
Like if you took it all, like unscrewed it all the way on accident to get the maximum amount of, I feel like it'd fall apart.
It's not going to fall apart. I mean, if anything, you just have to fish the bolt out of there. I really don't know. I feel I need to like go. I don't have the. So I have the wheel near me, but I don't have the Allen's, because you have a long like.
Yeah, to get through there and adjust it.
But it's all laced up and everything, so I can't just get any. I have to get a special one out of the garage and all that to see. Yeah, I don't know. Serge, I mean, it's not going to fall apart or anything.
Let us know, Serge. We'll see you in the next lives. Tell us what happened.
Experiment yourself. Good hub, though. I recommend that you quite a bit of you. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's really affordable.
Yeah, and just reliability has been pretty good.
Hey, is there a difference in Salt and Salt Plus?
Salt Plus is a little bit higher end. So Salt will be like their almost entry level complete bike parts that they brand themselves. And they usually have their own style to it and everything. But then Salt Plus is going to be just higher end. So it'll be like a forged stem, but it's got machining done to it, or it is a machined stem, just like of 60, 61, not of like 70, 75 or something like that. It's kind of middle of the road from entry level to We the People.
I was gonna say because salt's like Eclaw's lower tier, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So it would go salt, salt plus, and then Eclaw.
yeah. So you'd put or salt, salt plus, We the People, We Claw.
Oh, okay.
Um, which they kind of differentiate. We the People has like the frames and stuff too, but like if you're talking components, usually a claw is going to be the highest end everything that they have. So think of Salt Plus. It's going to be like those are the parts that they're going to put on their mid to high end completes. And Salt is going to be what they put on their entry level.
Okay. I think I saw one more.
It says, what are the washers with the hooks on them called? Can't find them. I'm trying to think what he's talking about.
Probably on the front wheel.
Arctics.
You know, that hold the front, that keep the front wheel from falling off if you don't tighten it enough.
They're called safety washers. I throw those things away.
Get real man washers.
But I get why they do them though.
Because if you forget to tighten your wheel, right?
Yeah, especially little kids, they don't tighten their wheels, and you don't want that to fall off.
Pop a wheelie and notice it going down the road.
Yeah.
All right, I think. What do you guys got? You got any big announcements? Anything going on? Any giveaways?
Yes, I actually before that, I just heard back about the cult bikes.
Oh.
It's probably going to be. Well, actually, that doesn't make sense.
Yesterday.
Probably going to be end of September, early of October.
This year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, there you guys go. So I imagine kink will be available before that, and then anyone who like misses out on a kink or just wants a colt, you can hold out for a colt. Cool. That's all.
One last question here, then I think we'll call it. We'll call it JDA79. I got a Colt dry side hub guard. It says to replace the cone nut with the one it comes with, but it's not threaded. Do I just slide it on and bolt up the wheel? Yes, I'm pretty sure that is the case. I've come across hub guards like that before, where the factory hardware is threaded, and the replacement is just not threaded. It just slides on. So you'll know for sure when you put it together and it doesn't spin, but it should spin. It should be okay.
We hope it spins, Jared.
Yeah, it should be okay.
This guy can't.
Personal guards slide on.
Okay. Do you know how to read this guy's name? Right under Jared's comment.
Nope.
All right. Line. I'm just kidding. He says in your review you said that the We the People battleship is heavy, but is it annoyingly heavy? It's like, I think if I'm right, it's around 28 pounds. So in today's world, that's pretty heavy. But granted, it comes with hub guards, pegs, sprocket with a bash guard. So what do you think your review bike weighs? 25?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't weighed it.
That's usually the aim, I think, is around 25, and then if you can get it under 25, you're like, so 28, it's going to be pretty heavy. But then again, pegs, hub guards, all that, that's probably that's a good portion of the weight right there with 4 pegs and all that. So brakes, I think they weigh them with brakes. I don't know for sure, but there's things you can do to make it lighter, but it is like heavy. It's heavier than my bike, so for me, that would be annoyingly heavy.
Yeah.
For someone who's used to riding a big tanky bike like Brandon Began or something like that, that's probably about what their street bikes weigh anyway. So
yeah.
Cool.
You asked about the announcements. Trying to think. So we'll be at the last stop of the USA BMX Freestyle Tour in October at Woodward West. So if you're there, come say hey. I won't be there for that one. Right? We should have some guys there. We are going to do I just say keep an eye on on our YouTube channel as well, and because we are going to be doing a parts giveaway, some parts that we kind of helped out with a company that helped us out with that. So it was really cool for them to do that because they didn't have to do that, but it's awesome that they wanted to help, support the channel. So be on the lookout for that. That should be dropping here in the next week or so.
Yes, I'm going to enter in that giveaway because those parts sound like something I really want to try out. So you guys should too, and we'll see who wins.
Yeah, you have an idea of what it is, don't you?
Yeah.
Forgot about it. So there's more to it than just that. So.
Oh, I'm really going to enter in.
More to it. So pretty excited about that because that company had no idea we were even doing this review, and they were just like, hey, let's go ahead and just do a giveaway with it anyway. And I'm like, well, that's awesome. So yeah, it was cool that they offered to do that. So really excited about that. So be on the lookout for that. Catalogs, like so, we're working on catalog.
Yeah.
So that'll be out in a few months, couple months. I'd say that's probably it that I can think of off the top of my head right now. There's always something, but yeah. Cool. Sponsoring events left and right.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
actually,
there's one coming up, right?
Yeah. Well, the big one that I was thinking of is the Matt Ray the baby contest, or he's more of a jam. That should be pretty awesome. So if you're in that, I think he's around Boston, if I remember right. I think it's where the jam's going down. It's on our social media. It's on his social media and Sabros's and Shadows. But yeah, he just had a baby, so congrats to Matt Ray.
Congrats.
And yeah, they're doing a jam to celebrate, which is awesome. So we'll have some giveaway stuff there, gift certificates, and just some, Dan swag and whatnot. So be there if you can, for sure. Because from the looks of it, there should be a pretty good turnout. And of course, there's riding's gonna be insane. So
yeah, for real. Cool. God, that's a lot, but that's awesome. Well, thanks for popping on and giving us some good insight. And last minute, we got it. So I'll leave this set up how it is, so that next time it should be a lot quicker, like just to have this happen. You know what I mean? And
cool.
And yeah, so cool. Well, have fun, man. Enjoy the rest of your workday. And we'll see you. We'll talk soon because I have a few more questions, but see you later. All right, man. Have a good one.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, guys, big shout out to Mike for popping on and doing that. I saw Anthony pop in the chat, and Anthony, Chase said he's been using dance comp since before I was born. Anthony does harvester bikes, and he wants to come on one of these days, so we'll get Anthony on. We also talked to Brant Moore. I was telling you guys, I said, why didn't you guys tell me Brant Moore was so good? And then I said, what if he, let's see if he wants to come on live. He said he's very busy, but we have it tentatively scheduled for the 1st of October, or the first weekend in October. What is that? The 1st of October. If that happens, that's when we'll be able to sit down and chat with Brant. Then you can get both of our knowledge all combined together. So anyway, I'm gonna end it here, guys. But thank you so much. What's up, Anthony? Dude, if you want to pop on, Isaac, what's up? Anthony, are you good to to chat? I'll have you on right now, I guess. Well, yeah, whatever. If you want, let me know. If not, we'll still figure out a time, a Friday that works for you. And I'll have to send you a Zoom link. That's how we'll do it, is on Zoom. But if you can, and you want to, let me know. I'll do a little marathon. It'll be a quicker one, 20-30 minutes, but I need to drink water. Smoking CB7. Seems like I always find out about the stream as it's ending. Yeah, I don't know why YouTube hates me, and it only it seems like after about 2 hours, a lot of people start to come, but I hardly ever stream for 2 hours because my mouth doesn't work. Yeah, so you gotta turn on notifications, because then as soon as I go live, it says, yo, Dougster Bob is live. Okay, yeah, Anthony's running the shop. You're closed on Mondays, right? If that's right. Here, I'll just message you on Instagram, and I'll set up a time to do like just a live with you that works for you, because you're running the shop. And I know I have a lot of Canadian guys here. Like, that's how we came in contact, is because I told one of them to buy a bike from you. And so having you on for the Canadian guys would be awesome. So I'll set aside a time that works for you, and like we'll just hop on and do it live and answer some questions together. So yeah, if it's Mondays, I'm working Monday, but maybe early we could do Monday. I don't know. We'll talk about it. We'll figure it out. What is Raider Al says? Looking forward to Canadian Anthony being on. We'll find out why bikes are double the price here in Canada. Dude, I saw a guy in the UK, he commented on something, he said, why are these bikes like double what it is in the US? And I don't know the real answer, but I know when I was in the UK, this isn't Canada, keep in mind the UK is different, you guys know. Let's see, and then in the UK I had some stuff sent up to me, and then it ended up, I had to pay, is it taxes? Not taxes, but essentially taxes on my own stuff for coming into the country from like the declared value, and there's just so much stuff they had to deal with because of the EU. Now they're not in the EU, so I don't know how that's working, but it's a lot. We're pretty simple here, but we don't have free healthcare, so there you go. Kirk says y'all should give Doug a like. I agree. Give Doug a like. We're going to do another live on Sunday, guys, so Anthony, if that works for you, let me know. But if not, turn on notifications so you guys can get notified. Again, big shout out to Mike and Dan's comp. We're going to be doing a giveaway together soon, totally different from the one he was talking about. But once I have the details,